Welcome back to Day 2 and next part of a master plan.
Oh boy.
I've got some bad news.
Oh, really?
Rajan has
Yes,
gone into
really.
hiding somewhere in the temple. I guess the destruction of his satellite array and my invasion of his personal space.
When you say like that, Bentley, please
In
no.
his portion of the Clokwerk heart, we'll need to drive him out into the open. Given Rajan's spy-saddled temper, I'd recommend making an exit.
Bentley, you need to work better on your slideshow.
Operation, the Spice Grinder. Then we'll demolish the dam above the temple in an attempt to flood him out.
Damn,
If
that's
that doesn't
effective.
work, I've made arrangements to exchange one of the temple's facade rubies for some high explosives, which, if necessary, we can use to flood the whole temple grotto. If my psychological profile is accurate, Rajan should pick up the other half of the Clokwerk heart before making his escape, effectively bringing it to us.
Sure, why not? So yeah, this is also showcased the fact that the gang is kind of on a tight spot and they have to work a bit, improvise a bit. So, time's on the essence. So let's go first, if I recall correctly, to destroying the Spice Grinder. Yes, there we go.
According to Rajan's blueprints, you're near the spice grinding facility. However, the passage is blocked by those laser fences.
Well, at least he thinks to, cover every single thing that somebody could come through.
Maybe I can borrow some to destroy the fences. You're the demolitions expert. How am I supposed to use that stuff?
Oh, it's simple. Just jump in, lock the barrel to your target, jump out, and get clear of the blast.
That's surprisingly easy.
But be careful around floor lasers.
There's always a but.
The TNT barrels won't work on them.
Attention guards. Make sure all laser fences are operational to protect the spice grinder.
Basically, there you go. They're incorporating the barrel mechanic from the first game, but applying that to, there you go, carrying an object towards a place and then letting it blow up.
How incredibly safe to be walking around in a TNT barrel.
I know. The game will kind of lampshade this in another time. This technique will be used, so... And yeah,
They really like their spices, apparently.
Yep. The mechanic of being undetected in the barrel still applies, so this also is helpful if you want to sneak around also the laser. But yeah, as you can see, those particular lasers don't have the whole you can be detected once and then only the second time you will be hit. No, they will start immediately. So basically, you need to, if they're on the ground, it's a place where you cannot walk with a barrel on.
I'm within visual range of the spice grinder. What's next?
Rajan won't come out of hiding while spice is still being manufactured. If we destroy the grinder, he'll be out of business and have no reason to stick around the temple.
Great. We do the world a favor and Rajan's forced out into the open.
Start by getting a hold of that TNT down there. It's worth mentioning that guards won't be able to detect you.
Yeah, basically in case you haven't played the first game.
TNT barrel.
Nice. An explosive disguise.
Place the explosive near that grinding wheel, and it'll be blown to bits.
You can also kill guards with this, but it requires a bit of, tricky maneuvering, and it's not really worth it. So you might as well just go. Oh shit! You might as well just go normally with the normal style.
Especially
Nothing
if you
to
don't
see
want
here,
to
just a
accidentally
regular
get their
barrel
attention.
TNT.
Pay no mind to the guitar strumming, by the way.
As long as it works, drummer.
And it does indeed just work.
And it's a beauty. Yeah, but if you can also dispatch the guards normally on the ground, you will have actually an easier time because you'll have to
Yeah.
stop normally. Again, I also like how Peter McCullen's score adapts to the situation. while still being fitting through the national stereotypes the games are going for. Again, for example, both this and the previous chapter were set in India, so a lot of typical sitar or typical instruments get to be used, but in a different fashion. And while there is like an overworld theme and overworld combat, some missions will get their own musical theme, like say this one, for example, which is pretty cute.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the massive amount of composing, but at least for the time, because nowadays, with thanks to examples like the Final Fantasy VII Remake, we know that some games can have a shit ton of tracks for specific situation, but for the time, it still was quite a bit, which is not something that Sony was completely alien towards. A game that I mentioned in another part, Legend of Dragoon.
Yeah,
actually,
the bass.
yes,
the bass
Waves.
at times the bass
camera.
guitar sounds. Bass guitar sounds kind of remind me of some tracks in the '60s Batman.
I get the idea, Waves. The same goes for when they use the POW effect on the defeated enemies. But
Make sure to get the TNT barrel into that.
yes, Bentley, don't worry. But Legend of Dragoon, like I was mentioning, has quite a different selection of battle themes and boss themes, but also has custom victory themes depending on the music that was currently used, which again contributes to the whole thing about the game being a more personalized copy of a Final Fantasy game, which is pretty cute, but all for another time. Now the mission is technically over, but you can also snag into this place, go away, and grab some extra cash.
Lovely. Every little bit helps.
Alright, next up, we can get some more extra help from a returning Neyla.
Constable Neyla.
That's right, Constable Neyla.
Oh, I should be thanking you. The look on Carmelita's face was priceless.
She took it hard, huh?
No one likes to have their affections played with.
Oh boy.
I hope it's not foreshadowing.
As soon as this India job is over, why don't you and I go out on the town? We'll dance through Bollywood
Sly's such a classy
Oh.
all
person.
night long.
Well, don't let Carmelita know. She'll probably get jealous.
The task at hand. I've learned of a secret entrance leading to half of the Clokwerk heart. Legally, I can't enter the
But
but now a thief like you.
A thief like me can go wherever he pleases. I read you.
Don't fall behind while I lead you.
basically another test. While Neyla will guide Sly towards the entrance, she will test if he can keep up behind, just like in Paris. Alright, let's go. Once again, Neyla will dispatch pretty much every guard that is in the way, so don't worry about that. Just stay glued towards her, and you should be fine.
Thank goodness she leaves behind a golden pixie dust trail for you to follow.
Yeah, I don't get that either. Honestly, it's not even like
Help,
explaining universe
players
what
keep
it might
track.
be. Sorry, Libza?
To help players keep track.
Yeah, I guess it was something that developers added because maybe doing some beta testing, someone would have not managed to see Neyla properly. It will become useful later for other sequences similar to this, but I guess we just wanted to apply a normal type of chaser for and we just stuck with it. Go on.
It does.
Sorry.
It does make sense because
Neyla,
Neyla?
you're stuck in an elephant's
You
ass.
you right there.
You know,
Why do
Sly.
games keep-
Maybe it's
Why
in the
do I-
elephants.
Why do games keep glitching only when I'm recording? But,
Yeah. You know, Sly, she seems like a nice girl, but she might be into some
It's the recording-
overly kinky
Yeah,
stuff.
I get the idea that my PS3 is officially cursed at this point.
Theo, it's the recording curse. Never heard of it?
One of the
Yeah,
most
but usually that leads to, bad gameplay, not whatever.
People getting
fetish-
stuck
Oh,
in
it can.
an
Oh, the
elephant's
recording
ass.
curse has many different ways of manifesting itself, Shiroi.
You really should have been here for the first. Well, no, basically for the. Well, okay, both for Prince of Persia: The Sense of Time and War Within. War Within, it would kind of surprised me to because I already did not like the game, but the glitches that I found were just like amazing.
I still think the glitches I got while I was having my first attempt at, recording my playthrough of Beyond Two Souls though takes the cake. Where I managed to discover a secret option with the X button.
And there we go, we're good to go.
And thus I made Ellie a flying witch who literally floats above the seats and slides into place each time.
But anyway, it makes sense too, because remember that in Spider-Man 2 when you're chasing the black cat, there's also this white thing trail that she drops it so you know where she's going.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sure these guards won't mind if I borrow their keys.
Classic stuff. Alright, for this one, thanks to Neyla's assistance, we can actually get ahead of schedule, kind of like the first half of Clokwerk art, so we can get ahead of the job.
Speaking of borrowing stuff, I remember how we mentioned, hey, maybe this could do a collab with Persona 5. Well, honestly, at this point, it wouldn't surprise me because now Persona 5 is even doing a collab with AFK Arena of all games.
Everyone is doing a collab with AFK Arena these days, Jova.
So AFK Arena is the new Monster Hunter.
So basically, Jova, what you're saying is
let's go with that.
We should be making personas the Phantom Thieves.
Oh, please no.
Sure, why not? I mean, heck,
besides,
they probably already exist.
Yeah, we kind of already are there in the names for most of them, at least. And as like cat-like feature,
It's called Panther.
Yuzuke is basically is already called Fox.
Morgan is a straight up furry.
As much as he insists that he's not a cat, he's still a goddamn cat.
There we go.
If it looks like a cat, acts like a cat, sounds like a cat, it's a cat.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's the whole argument in Cow and Chicken Shiro, where the red guy turns chicken into a duck, and then he gets sued for bad practice in plastic surgery. And he's like, now do you still allege that he's a duck? Well, he looks like a duck, walks like a duck, and quacks like a duck, so it must be a duck. And the judge is like, well, you can't argue with that logic. Case dismissed. So
Alright, next up is using the ruby to trade in for explosive at the local black market which exists. Oh, a cherry bomb 500.
Cherry bomb 500. That's a lot of kick.
Now that's a lot of damage. But the thing is that the ruby is kind of fragile, so dislocating from it might not be, ideal. So it's just a matter of first just whacking on the stick, but after that it needs to be treated with a bit more care. Ow. And that's where Murray comes in.
You're on. Slice knocked the ruby loose, and now we need your muscle to get it to the buyers.
Muscle on the way.
Yeah.
Much like at the beginning in Paris, so this teaches you basically the fact that Murray can carry objects and throw them away, but this teaches that in a different manner. You need to carry an object that you're not allowed to throw away, aside in specific occasions, and otherwise it will be, broken by being fragile. And while carrying something, Murray, at least for the moment, cannot run, and jump is limited. So basically it limits your platforming options, in order to create a bit of extra challenge. But first of all, I actually need to get to the goddamn ruby.
Mm-hmm.
Bonk. There we go. Once again, the Fist of Flame is extremely broken because it's a one-hit kill.
It is kind of a thing, like, Sly pretty much one-hit kills a lot of his opponents when he gets them from behind anyway.
Yeah, but like you said, Murray is more he actually designed to be more combat-oriented. Like you said, it's kind of like the Knuckles of the team.
Mm-hmm.
Though, once again, even on the big guards, he can still struggle, but, thanks to both the Fist of Fire and he can also perform an equivalent to Sly's taking from behind the move, but once again, it's just better suited for normal brawls. There we go. Alright, I'm getting towards... Yeah, there you go.
That's a good thing, though, because Murray can technically kind of, quote-unquote, sneak, if you get what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
You can pick up the ruby with your stomp move. Despite its size, that rock is really fragile. Bentley will run ahead and inflate cushions that are safe to throw the ruby onto.
Yeah, basically Bentley will be kind of your guide towards how to get through the overworld.
Head out to our rendezvous near the waterfall.
There we go.
Did we drop it?
What?
The diamond.
No. It was actually dropped from thanks to Sly, but now the team cannot allow to break it any further.
Yeah, it would be very regrettable if we did.
The irony is there because it's a diamond, so it should not be breakable.
Well, and
Yeah, exactly.
diamond is
As the song said, diamonds are forever.
I thought you were referring more like diamond is unbreakable, but sure, what? Let's go with that.
I mean,
Now,
yeah, it makes sense, you know. Spy, James Bond, diamonds are forever.
Yeah, the cool thing about it is that the cushions have a sort of a lock-on features on them. So when you throw the diamond at it, Murray will automatically target at it. Hello, rejected Raymond character.
I'll recommend to my superiors that we purchase.
Isn't that cloaked one of Teen Titans?
Raven, definitely not.
I haven't seen a whole lot of Teen Titans. I've seen like clips and the Teen Titans Go movie.
Your experience need to be actually more pumped up, Glibs. I can tell you that.
I mean, Teen Titans is on iTunes around here.
I guess you can give it a look then. I'll probably
when I've got enough iTunes. When I've got enough iTunes credit to buy the whole series.
I'll probably eventually pick that series for a TV show commentary anyway.
This is actually a place where you alert the guards very easily. So the best strategy is to just rush forward towards where Bentley drops the ruby, and then they deal with the guards immediately afterward. It also doesn't have that this level like the previous one. Oh shit! Also, ow! Are you fucking kidding me?
That knockback.
Also has the surprise snakes that can come out of a plant, meaning that your alert level can go from 0 to to activated immediately, even if you're trying to sneak up on the guards. There we go. Now we should be good to go. Guess.
Now we're in 2011.
What do you mean?
The number of coins we have.
Oh right.
But anyway, so yeah, that's basically it. That's all my Teen Titans experience. Again, it's mostly because when I was younger, around that time, the only cartoons I really watched were from Disney.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good show.
Because round here in Britain, Disney is pretty much the most popular known thing of anything.
This is a true Indian treasure.
We even had a few Disney shops around here.
Well, that was convenient.
Yeah, I know, we had one at the... Oh, you mean this game?
Yes, please. Anyway, next up, if I recall correctly...
2020!
Anyway, next up, if I recall correctly, it's time to make the dam explode.
Got any ideas to force him out?
Oh yeah, I know this one.
Yeah, blow it up, I'll get him.
No, Bentley, that's actually quite the opposite. Where the fuck did you read that?
Running him out, huh? Good plan. But I don't think your bombs are strong enough to do the job.
You're correct. Fortunately, while monitoring the
Seriously, most of the time, the series is actually pretty spot on the stereotypes associated with the animals they represent. But out of nowhere, they go like, "Oh yeah, tigers are like felines, so they automatically are allergic to water or something."
Aren't those lions?
No. Lions are good with water too.
Not just that, tigers are actually well known for actually, being good swimmers, so...
My guess is, Teo, they're going off the assumption, well, all felines must be exactly like cats, so there you go.
Yeah, that's what they said. Anyway, There you go. This is actually, despite looking not like one, this is actually a sort of an auto-scrolling level, the shooting level, because the helicopter moves on its own. But you need to basically prioritize once again where to shoot, if on the incoming missiles or on the dam. Or even on the helicopters. Because if you keep concentrating on just the missiles or on the helicopters, you will get nowhere. Because you need to inflict the damage to the dam. So... And again, it doesn't happen. This is one. Okay, this game has the cooling times of the turret section being extremely fast. You train that meter really fast compared to other games that have this kind of mechanic. So again, it's a matter of prioritize. Now, the bit of extra strategy comes from the fact that the helicopters are approaching you. So while they are far, their shot will kind of miss you, but the closer they get, the more accurate it will become. So once again, you have to... Basically, that perception is the thing that lets you survive. So I guess this is not really Shiro's favorite level.
Well, I guess it could be worse.
Also, I get the idea that in order to keep the rating, they had the turret shoot energy beams. It's weird because, once again, I really don't get this policy that the SRB and similar systems have towards weapon, where missiles and explosive are totally fine, but projectiles are not.
So basically, Tia, you're describing 4Kids' policies.
Not just that, is remember, even for the Crash Bandicoot and Sane trilogy, they had to actually change the model of the projectiles of Pinstripe with actual miniaturized missiles.
Again.
For avoiding that kind of copyright thing. Well, not copyright, but the claiming thing.
Even though they're back to being bullets in CTR Nitro Field, so I don't know what to think.
The CTR Nitro Field, CTR Nitro Field has a higher rating.
I don't think so.
Probably.
Let me check my copy.
Didn't they also remove guns from Spyro 1 despite those games having
they
cannons?
changed them to
balls.
But they have cannons and shit.
Okay, to answer your question, CTR Nitro Field is the same rating as the Crash Insane trilogy.
Then I really don't get it. Anyway, time for
developers?
Time for the operation. Operation Wet Tiger. Oh my.
It sounds like a James Bond title.
So you didn't like furries, Tia?
Tiger.
You know.
We're already in hell, but sure.
It's a cat with a soaking touch.
I mean, it's the same series that gave us a character called Octopussy. I'm pretty sure that Wet Tiger probably would be tame at this point.
Alright, time to initiate. Yeah.
There's literally a character in that series called Goodhead.
Is that the one who crushes men between her legs?
No, that's Xenia on the top.
Oh yeah, the one who's played by Jean Grey.
Yeah, 5 years before she played Jean Grey.
Alright, first thing first, we need to actually open up the elephant's mouth with Murray, because, you know, he's the strongest of the bunch.
Also, Theo, remember, it's perfect. Kids can't hear the word terrorist, but swearing up and down like shit and stuff, that's a-okay. So, like, according to Spielberg, at least. So
it's like this: saying the word hell, that's bad, but saying the word devil, that's fine.
All right, to see. Unfortunately, there you go. Rajan is sending bombs or parachutes towards Murray, so it's time to actually protect him with another squeak section with the Bentley.
I will say this though, Pedro. I did like Soul's take on saying the word hell in a kids movie.
Not just that, Jova. That movie has, for a Pixar movie, that movie has a surprisingly potty mouth. They also say crap at one point. I never heard anyone say crap in a Pixar movie.
Yeah. Well, history was made, and I gotta say that movie may be their deepest film ever. I mean, well, as was mentioned in the behind the scenes
Would you
moment,
say,
that was
Jova,
kind of
that
the
it
point.
has soul in it?
It's a very soulful experience.
It definitely has a lot of spirit, that's for certain.
But it's not
These
DreamWorks,
jokes are
Jova.
soul sucking.
It's the
I wonder what
no, I
alternate
can
names
make
it has,
joke.
depending on what country you're in.
No, my country still calls these souls.
In mine, they call it soul, as in the English word soul, but then it has a subtitle called An Adventure with Soul, and by soul and by adventure, and that subtitle they pronounce the word soul in Portuguese, which is alma. So
interesting.
Alright,
Imagine if one nation calls it spirit.
that's the thing, Jova. Sometimes, hold on. Sometimes, in order to get the little kids who don't know English, they add some stuff. Like, for example, the original Toy Story here is called Toy Story: The Rivals, as in, Buzz and Woody being rivals during that movie. In Toy Story 2, they have a subtitle called The Search for Woody, basically.
Makes sense. What was the subtitle?
Surprisingly, Jova, 3 doesn't have one. Neither does 4. I guess they
Really?
I guess they couldn't come up with subtitles for those.
Let me think. A subtitle for 3 could have been Toy Story 3: The Retirement, and then Toy Story 4. We're sorry, but this had to happen.
This one. The Incredibles is called The Incredibles: The Superheroes.
Well, that's pretty much it in a nutshell.
Apparently Italy has a subtitle as well.
What?
No, I checked here for soul, it seems to be the same.
I can't pronounce it. Tio, can you?
Soul when a soul gets lost. But
That's...
where did you find it? Because the Wikipedia page just Wikipedia just listed as soul.
Well,
IMDb is under Italy complete title.
Well, Wikipedia is not exactly the most reliable source.
Nor is IMDb. I really wonder where they got that, but whatever. For topic for another time.
Black clouds and thunderbolts! My spice temple ruined! I will no longer hide while you villains destroy my hard-won empire. This place is mine. Here I am.
You said it, not me, dude.
Come, face me, Cooper. With Clokwerk's black heart, I will show you true power. You are nothing. Come face the might of Rajan, Lord of these hills.
Sure.
Boy, when we try to tick someone off, we really do the job.
Dude, maybe you should have tried and stopped this earlier.
You do seem to have quite a talent for it.
Constable Neyla, slumming it with the thieves again?
That man is an illegal spice trader. He should be brought to justice.
All I'm
Gotta say, Tio, Neil's quite smart, playing both sides of the fence here and there. Miko, she's definitely on the side of the law, but she is willing to push a bit here and there and notice that the greater evil does need to be defeated.
Alright, first phase, just dodge the lightning properly, because there you go. While you're jumping, the lightning cannot hit you, so calculate the timing right. Also, don't ask me how he's able to do it with Clokwerk's heart, but whatever. Hold on.
Sorry.
Excuse me. Oh, for fuck's sake.
No!
I'm coming, buddy.
Yeah, we kinda need to improvise now.
This is it. This is the Cooper gang I've heard so much about and feared these long hours. The Murray will renew your fear. The Murray. All I see is a fat, pathetic, weak.
Oh, you just didn't say that.
I might be big and not as smart as the
That hurt. No, no.
That actually hurt his feelings.
I am not weak!
Oh yeah!
And yes, you have to beat the shit out of him. And keep in mind, this is still not an easy fight, so you have to earn this.
And hey, you know, we're giving Murray the spotlight for this boss fight.
Yep.
Kudos.
Basically, you need to. Basically, aside from just beating, you need to also slam it on Rajan onto the electric fence. When he's doing the electrical attack, you need to actually step on the lily pads because they will not be affected. Occasionally, very good, you will call minions to fight, which will provide a good excuse for having, a health pickup if you manage to hit them.
It's like a combination of two Sonic Adventure fights. The boss fight against Chaos 4 and the one against Zero the Chase Master.
I thought you were going to say
Theoretical
infinite,
field.
considering the line.
Well, I said Sonic Adventure bosses.
Also, we're not running in a straight line.
Yep.
Oh, I actually
Although-
forgot. Is it still a straight line in episode Shadow?
Okay. To be fair, there are some bosses that aren't just in a straight line, like the Zavok boss fight in Sonic Forces.
Well, yeah, that's more like
That
a Sonic
is
Lost
actually
World
a
style of boss battle,
different-
which is
Actually,
which makes sense because then it's more it's from the same director.
Zavok in Lost World was like in 2D instead, while
No,
on a 2D plane.
Oh, I get that too. What I mean,
No, he
Sonic
Joe was talking
Forces.
about forces.
no, I get that. I get that too. I'm talking about like the boss feels like let me put it like this, like because there are bosses in Lost World that do work like that, which is why I said it feels like a Lost World boss. Anyway.
Punch!
Oh, I think you'll like the Portuguese name for brave, Jova. Brave, indomitable. It's that name in itself is a joke, but an unintentional joke, but
Getting for the movie it is dedicated towards, which itself is kind of a joke.
Well,
in the long scheme of
I've got
things.
another name. I've got a B word for brave, is what they should have called it.
What?
Bitchin.
Bollocks.
Yeah, it's a
Boring.
bitchin' movie.
Yeah, well-
Here we go.
yeah, we'll go with
Bitchy
bollocks.
Or bollocks
Hold
or
on.
boring.
Victory belongs to the Moon.
Yay!
Sly's gonna want this half of the Clokwerk heart safe and sound.
Yay!
Hey, Murray
So
gets
the
his own
day is
code.
saved, right?
That's it.
Happy day.
What? Neyla? Throw down the ladder! Sly's hurt real bad!
Nah.
You hear me? I said Sly's hurt!
Oh, I heard you. I
shit.
just don't care.
There they are, Contessa. Just
Fucking
outside Frost.
God.
The Cooper gang and Rajan all incapacitated.
Well, crud.
Constable Neyla.
Well, what do you know, Jova? All cops really are bastards.
I mean, technically, are we the bad guys or are they really the good guys?
But
upon which they
but
see
don't
the-
worry, both the Contessa and Neyla were to twist the thing even more.
Actually, Contessa, there's a good reason Inspector Fox never caught the Cooper gang.
Oh.
She's been in league with them the whole
Oh my
time.
god.
Well, shoot.
Liar! Prove it! This is
I haven't been on
Rajan
screen for
Neyla.
ages.
And we have the photo,
Night, the Clokwerk wings were
and then the photo from the previous episode where the two danced.
dancing with Cooper.
You two certainly seem very familiar.
Well, shit.
Men.
She looks like the mother from Coraline.
Well, the mother from Coraline was kind of a bug, so yeah.
Officer falls from the line.
Mostly the
So,
face.
Indeed.
Wow,
well, she's
this is
eventually
awkward.
she's actually eventually was stuck in the turret section. He actually managed to avoid capture. But there's the thing. Now he had to rescue on his own the entire rest of the gang.
Good luck,
Oh.
Becky.
Basically, this is the start of the darkest of moments of the game, and we're not gonna recover completely, let's just say
I
that.
had to face the facts. Neyla had betrayed us, my teammates were captured, and I was all alone.
You got lucky a little
While
bit.
intellectually inferior, Sly and Murray had always been a rich source of sociological interest. The long walk out of the jungle gave me time to reflect.
Oh,
And with each passing
poor
step,
Bentley.
my sense of isolation grew.
Jesus.
Shockingly, my comrade's absence had a profound emotional effect on me.
Can you imagine that?
This was it. This was the true test of friendship.
Yes.
What, depression?
And going mad.
Existentialism.
I had to save my friends. But first things first,
Food?
I had to learn how to drive
Oh
a
no.
stick shift.
Oh, God!
This is pain I will never know.
These might take a while.
I will say this, as somebody who does drive a stick, I'm glad I know how to, because driving a stick on the fly is,
Anyway, yeah, the situation is grim, so tune in next time where Bentley has to come up with a plan to save the gang. See ya.
See ya.
See ya.
indeed.
See?